didn't mean to start a band. They were just trying to fix a blender. The thrash band that crawled out of chaos, garage fumes, and Satan's sock drawer. This is the story of Leather Lung Legion. It all started in a fumigation tent in a junkyard in the summer of 1971. They had a broken nacho machine, a working payphone, and changed a big sign out front that read, "Warning, rats are winning." Sküllkrüsh Venomaxe, lead guitar, shreds solos like napalm through a church hymn. Ratz Vilegrinder, vocals, drinks battery acid for warm-ups, and screams like a demon in a blender. Once accidentally confessing to a crime on stage, Blüd Stömäch plays a 4-string made from bones and old car parts. Earned his nickname by getting tummy aches from eating old hot dogs at the Circle K. Nuke Thrasherstein. Drums once replaced his snare with a landmine for tone. So skinny he once vanished between 2 cymbals. Ratz Vilegrinder was living in his van behind the station, writing erotic werewolf poetry and screaming vocals at parked cars for spare change. Sküllkrüsh Venomaxe was a failed magician who could only do one trick: shoot bottle rockets from his sleeves. Naturally, he became the guitarist. Blüd Stömäch had just been fired from a haunted house for being too skeletal. He showed up with a bass and a pack of raw bacon. Nuke Thrasherstein wandered in thinking it was a karate dojo. It wasn't. He stayed. He played drums. No one knows where he got them. They bonded over their mutual hatred of the sun, authority, and sober decision-making. The name Leather Lung Legion came from the fact that guys were squatting in an abandoned radio shack when Nuke accidentally mixed expired beef jerky with mothballs and set it on fire. Ratz shouted through the smog, "My lungs feel like they're wearing leather pants," to which Blüd responded, "We are a legion now." Their debut show was in the basement of a dentist's office, booked by accident. They were supposed to be a kids' educational puppet troupe. They played a 19-minute version of Mosh Pit Baptism to a crowd of terrified children and one drunk orthodontist. They were banned from dentistry, but thrash metal was born. Leather Lung Legion's first album is hotter than their Bengay. It's like if a demonic Harley Davidson crashed into a Denny's at 2 a.m. and started a circle pit, said Metal Mama magazine. The album was mixed entirely on 8-track tape and smells vaguely of formaldehyde. So, Legion, been a long time since anyone's heard from you. Where the hell have you guys been?
We've been trapped in a volcano that we accidentally summoned while trying to cook nachos with ancient Norse runes. Long story short, we barbecued a goat on a cursed damp and got sucked into a portal dimension made entirely of leather and reverb.
Time is a circle of broken guitar string, bro. We toured the astral plane, opened for a ghost band called Beget with Thaya. Then we spent a few decades riding mutant centaurs across the psychic wasteland of the planet Shred.
I got food poisoning from a gas station burrito in '93 and just woke up yesterday. I think I'm still hallucinating. Is that a unicorn behind you?
Confirmed. Unicorn. We brought it back from our tour of Candy Hell. Anyway, we're back now. Louder, smellier, and legally uninsurable.
One tour we couldn't afford motels, so we slept in a morgue we broke into. Blüd found a drawer that fit him perfectly.
And I could chain it if that were your dead body that woke up. Ha! He quit on the spot. Who needs something about resurrection to ash? We use that in the song title.
Cold, dark, and no snoring. 5 stars.
We're old, louder, slower, and prone to naps. But make no mistake, Leather Lung Legion still shreds so hard.
Fans suggested a wig made of roadie hair.
If your band doesn't have at least one restraining order from a medieval museum, you're not doing thrash right.
We didn't write music to be liked. We wrote it because the voices in our amps told us to, and they still do.
I was suffering from follicular apocalypse after trying caffeinated guitar picks.
Now I just kind of lean forward and hope someone catches my walker.
We used to end our shows with a fake ritual. Candles, robes, the works. One night in Milwaukee, some dude shows up in a goat mask and starts actually chanting in Latin. Stage starts shaking. Power cuts out. When the lights come back, every amp's fried. And the goat guy? Gone. Just hoof prints.
It's weird, man. You used to find us backstage snorting ants and lighting pentagrams. Now it's just oatmeal and the price is right. But the fire's still there.
Back in the day, we blew amps. These days, we blow out our backs trying to plug them in.
Our backstage writer says no MSG, no Blüden, no stress.
One fan offered to tattoo flames on my scalp, so I'd still look aerodynamic and evil. But I was inconsolable. I threw down my flying V, yelled, "I'm not metal, I'm Mr. Clean," and walked off into the night, only to trip over a fog machine.
I screamed so loud last week, I dislocated my larynx and summoned a crow.
We no longer scream, "Are you ready to rock?" Now we quietly ask, "Hey, are you feeling up to a moderate groove?"
Instead of hotel minibars, we ask for a blood pressure monitor and a heating pad.
Our sound check takes 45 minutes, and so does standing up.
The only thing more brutal than our wrists is my colonoscopy schedule.
We still party till dawn, except dawn is now 6:30 p.m., and that's when we start winding down.
I miss the groupies, but I don't miss the lawsuits or the mysterious rashes.
I still wear leather pants, but they take 30 minutes of the prayers to put on.
I can still shred drumstick twirls with one hand, because the other one's holding a cup of chamomile tea.
We don't trash hotel rooms anymore. We just forget where the bathroom is and nature does the rest.
Our merch table now sells hearing aids and orthopedic insoles with our band logo.
We used to pass around Jack Daniels. Now it's just a big bottle of ibuprofen.
They said I'd never make it past 30. Well, guess what? I didn't. I just kind of stalled there and rebooted at 70.
Our mosh pit now has railings and a medic on standby, just in case someone breaks a hip during the breakdown.
Instead of pyrotechnics, we use slow-burning incense because of the insurance policy.
The tour bus used to run on diesel. Now it runs on Metamucil. Our groupies are all retired nurses now, and honestly, we kind of love that.
Into the night, lose yourself in the pale moonlight. Step to the rhythm of your final call. Welcome to the haunting death ball.
I broke into the band's tour bus. Not like a normal fan, though. No, I catapulted myself through the skylight using a homemade slingshot constructed from whammy bar springs and a trampoline. I landed in the bus driver Big Gut Grimshaw's lap, mid-burrito. He screamed, I screamed, the burrito screamed. I expected security. Instead, he just stared at me and said, "You got guts, kid. Want to be our tour security guy?"
It all started at the Bacon Bloodbath Fest in '89, right after Leather Lung Legion's set melted the skin clean off a guy's left shin. Doctors later said it was unrelated, but we all knew better. I had just finished headbanging so hard, I dislocated a memory. My vision was a kaleidoscope of sweat, pyrotechnics, and the faint aroma of burned eyeliner. That's when I saw them, all 4 members of the Legion walking off stage, cloaked in smoke, shirtless and glistening like greasy gladiators of thrash. That's when I made my move. Fueled by 5 cans of liquid lightning, an energy drink banned in 4 states, I danced my way backstage through a catering tent, and body slammed a tray of lasagna. The new security guy chased me for what felt like an eternity, but was actually 14 seconds. I dove headfirst into a porta potty for cover. That's where I met Terry the tattoo guy, a shady dude with a headlamp, a suspicious suitcase, and an insane amount of hand sanitizer. "I'll ink you up with the Legion's logo for $20 and one of your kidneys," he said. I only had $8 and a Lunchables, but I talked fast, and he compromised on somewhere internal. I blacked out halfway through the procedure, but when I woke up in the ER, the doctor said, "Ma'am, there appears to be a poorly drawn skull with wings and flames on your spleen. Also, is that a goat playing guitar?" It was. It was perfect.
Next up, a nationwide tour of assisted living facilities, drive-through funeral homes, and one Arby's that said yes by mistake.